Okay, right. I just wanted to say a few things about this lovely lady, Chrissy Sawyer, who I've been seeing now for over a year. I think we started in March last year. And I've known Chrissy for quite a long time, actually, from the time when I was chairman of the New York Business Club. I'm an ex-military guy. Spiritually, I was barren. It's fair to say. If I couldn't feel it and it didn't bleed, I didn't believe it existed. I knew what Chrissy did. I just thought it was mumbo jumbo. So I'm a very honest person, and that's me being completely honest. Things have happened in my life. I've been through quite a severe period of depression, where I managed to get myself out of it, to be fair. And I'm a chairman of a charity that looks after injured service personnel, and we've used Chrissy in the past to help our veterans, basically. And although I could have gone on any of those sessions, I never did because I didn't believe in it. And I didn't need anybody to help me because I'm a strong person and I can get out of it myself. What do I need some woman listening to me for? Because I know what I'm doing. Anyway, get back to reality. This time last year, I felt that I was in a position where I was starting to believe there's more out there than I initially believed. I'd had things happen to me in recent lives that made me start questioning the if you can touch it and it bleeds, it's real type of thing. So I contacted Chrissy and asked her, would she mind if I came to see her? Because I needed help. And I think she wanted me to, I don't know what she believed at the time. When I said, no, I want to come and have a session, I think she was shocked and surprised because she knew what I was like. Anyway, the reality is I then started seeing Chrissy, I think once, I don't know how regular it was actually, once every 2 weeks, I think it was. And then it turned out now I see her every week, one 2-hour session and one 1-hour session. And the difference in me is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot praise this lady enough in how she's helped me get rid of my demons. Not all of them yet, and there's still a few in there, but we've been to some really, really dark places and shone a light. I've cried my eyes out. I've been euphoric. I've been sad. I've been happy. I've been every emotion during these sessions. And I just want to say how much I appreciate and how much I love the fact that she's taken me on this journey and the way she's done it. And I thought I'd do this session because this is part of my session, but this is the end, just to say thank you, really. And if Chrissy wants to ask me any questions, if I might have missed something that she wants me to highlight, there is an opportunity to interview me to highlight some of the other things that we've been through. And I don't mind. You can ask me anything you like. I have no shame in what's happened in the past. So you've got complete permission from me to ask whatever question you like, and I'll answer it in the way I always answer everything. Over to you.
Wow, thank you. That really moved me. It's lovely to see myself reflected back in a kind of round robin way. That was lovely. Thank you for your kind words. Okay, so for the others that are watching this, Keith, because I know you have wisdom on this, and it's around the perception of meeting our demons and how we build that up to be a certain thing, an expectation of a feeling, an anticipation, and a nervousness or whatever. Can you talk into that and the reality of actually when I got there it was like this, and whether there's any difference in those?
Yeah, I think it's a massive difference. The fear or initial fear of not wanting to go down that spiral really and look into that dark room. In some sessions have been quite strong. They're quite a strong fear. In fact, I would honestly say that one of them, the sessions, was I've never been that scared in my life, and I've been in some quite tricky situations in my life, but I've never been quite that scared. And one of the things I've learned through all the things I've done, not just in your sessions, is is so when I've been gone into combat, for example, the fear of what you're expecting to happen is far greater than actually whatever does happen. Yeah, it's never ever anywhere near it, because the fear of something happening, your mind is working. Something actually happening, it's a reality. Yeah, and that reality will never ever ever be as strong as your mind. And so don't let that fear get in the way. Actually, embrace it. Take that fear with you and say, "Come on, then let's go and have a look." And I'm not being blasé about that, because believe you me, I didn't want to go down one of these spirals. And the reality was, I cried my eyes out while I was down there, and I couldn't wait to get back up. But don't let it scare you, because unless you go down there, you can't shine the light into that dark corner. You can't see what's there, and actually you'll find it's just a shadow. Yeah, it's just a shadow that your mind was making something, big demon in there, some nasty, horrible piece of something there that actually doesn't exist. And it's about realizing that. And each time you go down, you come back that bit stronger. So let her take you there. She will never put you in danger. She'll never ever let anything happen to you. You've got to trust her implicitly, and I do. I trust Chrissy with my life. In fact, I have done, to be fair. Because I have had suicidal tendencies, and I've put myself completely in Chrissy's hands, and I know and I feel safe. I've never not felt safe. Next question.
Wow, you blow me away, girling.
That's truth.
Okay, here's a question. Can fear be my friend when I'm really frightened?
I think it can, but I'll take it back to you've got to trust the other person you're with, because it's like it's a learning thing. So at first, it was very difficult for me to accept that actually fear could be my friend. And that's why I leaned on you so heavily during those sessions. But it's like anything, isn't it? The more you do things, the more you get used to it. And therefore, it's like when you first ride your bike, you've got your stabilizers on and you've got your dad holding you, running alongside. Your dad then lets go, but you've still got your stabilizers. And then eventually the stabilizer's taken off and you ride that bike on your own. And this is exactly the same as this journey. Initially, you've got your stabilizers on and Chris is there holding your hand, running down into that dark hole, and you're paddling like mad, thinking, "Oh, I'm going to fall off, but you don't fall off. You get there and you keep going, and then Chrissy lets go of you for a bit and sees that you're all right. If you're not all right, she grabs back hold of you again, and it's like that. And that's the analogy I'd use for that. Really. So you will embrace it eventually. In fact, one of the session we've just done now was about fear, because I was using fear as an obstacle for me achieving a lot of the things I know I'm capable of achieving. And actually, we've established I'm actually quite fearless. I'm using fear as an excuse rather than it being a reason, and that's another thing. It was a convenient excuse because everybody understands fear, but actually, I'm not scared of it. I don't, it doesn't even enter into anything. So,
what's it like?
A good lesson.
What's it like?
I felt, I puffed my chest out and I sort of big grin on me. My mum was only about 4 foot in a dog end, and we lived on a tough council estate, and she was fearless, absolutely fearless. And I know once I was being chased by a gang of lads, and I ran past my mum into the, because she was just arriving home at the time, pushing my brother in a pushchair, and had my older sister with her, and she went straight at that gang of lads without any hesitation, no fear at all. And she used to stick her chin out, saying, "Go on, defy you, have a punch at that if you did."
Oh, yes.
And that's what I was. That's exactly what I've just done. Now, when I realise actually I am quite fearless, and actually, I am happy to grab hold of fear and say, actually, mate, you might need to be a bit scared because I'm going to take you somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's fearless talking.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how it is. So don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. really, because then you'll realise actually it's not much. Again, it's not. It's nothing.
Absolutely, and
Yeah.
fear with Keith is a lie. I actually called him a fucking imposter today.
Thank you.
Because this man has run into war. This man is challenging every standard concept, every archetype within himself, because he has his eyes set on a something, and he's moving towards it. And to move towards it and to get to it, he's got to break some stuff down and throw himself into fear and take fearless in with him, and together they can shine the light, as Keith says, on into the dark corners, because what rises up out of there is our strength and our courage and our confidence and our love for ourselves. And Keith's birthing all of these. You're an amazing client.
Thank you.
There's no shirking.
Oh, I don't shirk.
Even when you hit the most fearful spot, when you hit that fearful spot, you went in gung ho. There's no excuses.
Yeah.
Going in.
I went a bit deeper than I expected, but yes, I did go in. Yeah. Yeah, but that's part of it, isn't it? That's how you grow. If you're just going to cower down and be beaten down and let life dominate you, then you're never going to grow. You're always going to be that person that you don't want to be. And so you have to make the choice. I'm talking to the people this will go to. You have to make the choice. You've got to decide: are you going to continue to be the person you are, or do you want to be the person you can be and who you should be and who you really are? And clearly, if you're seeing Chrissy, you've made a decision that you don't want to be the person you are. Yeah, you just then need the courage to follow that path all the way to the end. And as I said, Chrissy will not desert you. She'll guide you down. She'll call you a bastard, and she'll call you all sorts of names. And luckily, I don't get offended very easily when I'm called a bastard or something. But that's part of it as well. I've called her some bloody awful names. And I don't swear at women, but I've swore at Chrissy quite a few times because she's made me see myself as a fraud sometimes. And I think I've started off talking to Chrissy and gone, oh, for fuck's sake, Keith, shut up! You're just fucking waffling. You're lying. Tell the truth. And all it's been is a bloody look from her that I know she sat there knowing I'm bullshitting. And that's it. That's part of it. And I wasn't sure how these sessions would go now we're in self-isolation, because I'm a people person. I like to be in the room. I like to feel the person and see the nuances. And I must say, I still prefer that, but these sessions are working just as well, definitely. So don't be afraid that you're not in front of Chrissy and that it's remote. Again, it's about how much you put in is what you'll get out, and she'll guide you.
Brilliant. Keith, thank you.
You're welcome.
Much. Thank you so much for your thanks, and thank you for your work. So that's it. We're done.
That's it. Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
You. Okay.